So guys, today we are going to be taking over this control point, and we're going to be using a weapon that I'm surprised I didn't think about using earlier. Now, once we get into it, you'll see why. Let me build these stacks. So you guys will see that I use the ACS to really build the stacks, and then I just nail into them with this weapon. Holy, this thing, the amount of damage that it puts out. So let's get over here real quick. I gotta see, you notice I got a full stack, and let's just put out the damage now. Ooh, I did not think about dropping this earlier. Ooh, he has a full stack. He's a full stack. Full stack. Oh my Jesus, this is what I'm telling you. Oh, this is crazy. This is what I thought it was gonna do.
Serious trauma.
Pop this real quick. What are you doing? Yeah, this was not gonna go your way. Let's move all the way to the other side. I never thought about using this LMG until I got someone in the comment section was like, hey, you gotta try it with this, and it was actually pleasantly surprised once you build a stack. So that's why I do use that shotgun. Builds the stack almost on any weapon, and I really recommend if you're gonna run this build, run that shotgun just to build the stack, because you can get a full stack really quick. You can get a stack really fast, and then after that, it's just really maintaining the stack. Whew. This is what I'm talking about. There we go. And there we go. Should be over now. Look at this stack he has on him. Oh! GG's. GG's. Ooh, and we're getting some good items. And then I think we just have one guy way back there. This thing is a laser beam too. That's what I'm talking about. Holy. I never thought the pestilence would actually do it. I never thought it would be that good. I'm actually gonna pick these items up though. And if you guys want to see how I set up the build to work with this LMG, it's almost like the other ones that I've ran in the past, but it's a little bit different. But let's get into it. We don't need that, and we don't need that. All right. So you guys want to find out the build? Well, here it is. Let's dive into it. So you guys might have noticed we were running the pestilence. 118,000 total damage, 688 RPM with the 100 round mag. We have LMG damage, damage target out of cover, and then we have damage to armor on there. It always rolls on this. We also have Plague of Outcast. Hits apply a debuff, dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times. When an enemy dies with this debuff, all stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy within 25 meters. And that's why you're putting out a lot of damage with this build, especially if you're running 5 reds like me, and then you build that stack on the striker piece. From distance, this thing's a laser beam and really works really well with most builds. Now, you guys saw I was using the ACS, and this was the build of stacks. We have shotgun damage, damage to armor, and damage to targets out of cover. And then we have close and personal. Killing a target within 7 meters grants that 30% weapon damage for 10 seconds. And this mainly is really just to build that stack. So you run in there, you build the stack, and then you swap to the pestilence, and That's where you're going to see a lot of the fun. For the specialization, I am running the Gunner class. I feel like the Gunner class kind of works really good with this build because it's the only class that's going to give us some type of armor on kill from the specialization without having to stack into it. So that 10% doesn't seem like a lot, but it will help you survive little by little, especially if you can chain some kills back to back to back. Now, well, you probably saw it. We were running the Striker Battle Gear with 15% weapon handling for the 2-piece, 3-piece 15% rate of fire, and then the 4-piece weapon hits amplify total weapon damage by 0.5%, stacking up to 50 times. So that's 25% extra weapon damage if you're running a 4-piece. Now, this does improve since we are running the chest piece. So we do have weapon damage, critical hit damage, and then critical hit damage mod on here. For the chest, we have weapon damage, critical hit damage, and then a critical hit chance mod. Now, the reason I put the chest is because it's gonna increase max stacks from the Striker's Gamble from 50 to 100. So that means we can stack up to 50% extra damage by just having the chest. And with being able to keep these stacks up the whole time, that's why I really feel like this is probably the best in slot for the Striker. But you can put whatever you want. I just feel like this right here with stacks being able to stay up the whole time, 50% extra amplified damage is actually really good. For the holster, I decided for this one, we wanted at least one armor roll on here. So we do have 170,000 armor and then critical hit chance. And then our final piece of Strikers is going to be the knee pads with weapon damage, critical hit damage. So for the gloves, yes, you probably guessed it. We are running the Contractor name gloves, Pet Shop gloves. The reason why this is going to give us that 10% LMG damage. We get the 15% weapon damage. We get an additional 8% damage to armor, which is multiplicative. And then we get critical hit damage. So you stack this on top of running the Pestilence. And these gloves are the perfect fit for any LMG build, especially with that 8% damage to armor that you're also getting on the gloves. And then you get that on the weapon itself. And then finally, you probably noticed we had a Memento backpack with the weapon damage, armor, skill tier, 5.9% critical hit chance mod on there. And I like this piece right here for mostly any build, especially if you're a solo player, because you can build those stacks. Once you get that 30 stack, that 30 stack pretty much will last forever as long as you keep staying active without fast traveling. And that's 30% extra weapon damage. Plus you get 30% extra skill efficiency and you get 3% armor regeneration. And that's really good. And then not only that, every time I pick up a trophy, I'm going to get 25% extra weapon damage. I'm going to get 20% extra bonus armor, and then I'm also going to get 5% skill efficiency. So this actually works really good, and I think a lot of people sleep on this. They don't use it as much, especially if you're a solo player. I really think it really works, and I think it's probably the best fit for the Striker's battle gear. I don't really like the backpack. The extra 15% isn't worth it to me, what I could get out of the Memento, and that's ideally what I would recommend you guys running. Now, if we check out the stats on this bad boy, let's switch over. We have 26% crit chance, 104% crit damage, 85% headshot damage, 14% armor damage, plus we get the 10% damage to targets out of cover. So that's all multiplicative with the armor damage and then the damage to targets out of cover. Doing that together really puts you out there, and I'm telling you guys will have a ton of fun playing with this weapon right here. So if you guys have been just wondering what weapon I've been using with the Striker battle gear, well, this is it. This is my new favorite for this one, and I think a lot of you guys will enjoy it as you guys play with it. So if you guys don't have this weapon, recommend farming for it, and you guys can actually farm for this in the DZ or from those exotic caches that drop. So let me know if you guys have tried the Striker battle gear with this weapon. What do you guys think about it? Are you guys having fun with it? This is actually probably my favorite weapon to do it because it increases the RPM. It gives me that crazy amount of damage with the Plague of Outcasts, and it works really good with a lot of builds. But I think the Striker battle gear really gets this bad boy running. So I will see you guys in the next one, but until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.